Hey everyone, I want to talk to you today about this stirrup hoe. This is one of the tools that I really am so happy that I purchased. It is a wonderful hoe that I've never known they existed until this last year. So where have I been? I have no idea. I've used just a standard hoe for years, and that's what I've used. But if you want to clean a bed out really well and quickly, see all my weeds? And now I'm just going to take and show you how nice this works. It just gets under the soil just a little bit. It doesn't work up too much soil, but it does get right under them weeds. And as you can see, it clears them right out. It is just an amazing tool, really. As you can see, I have weeds. Man, fall is a really bad time for weeds. I wanted to share with you a couple tools that I really enjoy using out in the garden. And this is one of them. Now, I purchased this online, the stirrup hoe. It's a 5-inch blade. And they had a 7 also, but I thought 5 would be good to get in between rows and get in between plants. But as you can see, it works wonderful. I did spend a little money on it. I got the better one. There is some, I'm sure there's some that you can, but I want some that's going to last. You know, I have purchased many things cheap, and the tools never last. So this time I really wanted to make sure, and as so far I'm loving it. Let me show you here now. I got some pretty big weeds, dandelions and everything else in here. This stuff here, once I get it dug out, if it doesn't have a lot of seeds, I can throw it, a lot of times just throw it in my compost bin. But as you can see, it works quite well, doesn't it? Wonderful. And look at that, no time at all. I found if the ground is a little moist, has a little bit moisture, it seems to work a little better than if it's really dry. That's just maybe a tip for you. If you get a light rain, go out and the soil works up a little bit better, I think. So I just wanted to share the stirrup hoe with you. And just know that they have a lot of these on the market, but this one is a quality one, Swiss made. And I'm into quality, especially for tools, something that I'm going to use aggressively outside, because you want them to last. And I have no problems with this. I've used it quite a bit already. And it seems to stay sharpened quite a while. I'm not sure if you can sharpen these or if you have to at one point. I'm sure that you do. I'm not affiliated, but I will tell you that I did get this from Johnny's Seeds. They shipped it right out quickly, and I can tell it's quality. It's a quality product. Alright, I just wanted to share that with you today. One of the tools. Now let's go on to the next tool. Alright, my next tool that I really can't live without is this Black & Decker hedge trimmers, pruners, whatever you want to call it. It works great. It's got a rechargeable battery and don't need no cords, you know, when you're going around the yard. It works wonderfully. It's a 24 volt, 24 inches, and it will take, I think, up to a 1/2 inch diameter of whatever you're trimming. I'm pretty sure on that. But I've purchased this a couple years ago, and it saves my time and energy. It makes my work much simpler. And a couple things that I really use it on is my shrubs. I also use it on the perennial grasses in the spring. I leave my perennial grasses really tall, let them all winter, and then in the spring I'll come and trim them down. This thing works really good for trimming them, saves me so much time, and it does a pretty good job too. Another thing I do, like right now in the fall, we have weeds. They're everywhere. And instead of pulling to save my back, I'll use this to trim, and it works great. Don't have to really worry too much about the weeds growing too much anymore as we're cooling down. So I'll just take this and get down as low as I can, and I'll show you that in a minute, and then I just trim them. So it was a great investment. You know, sometimes going out and spending a little money to buy something that's going to save you some time and energy, save your back, whatever. It's not a bad idea to do. But other than that, I just want to say that the charge on it, it runs quite a while before I have to charge it, which is another plus. My husband uses it to take it out and do some weeds cutting once in a while. You know, a lot of times years ago, you know, you use a corn knife or to get the weeds. You know, if the weeds aren't too big, this thing works really good for cutting weeds. It's just wonderful. I'll show you it here. Get you close up. As you can see, it's wonderful. It works good. We haven't had to sharpen it. That's one thing. I'm not sure if it self-sharpens or if we have to do it. But we've had it a couple years and haven't had to, so I'm assuming it, you know, it's not a problem. I want to give you a close-up of it here. It's very handy. It's not real heavy. I would say maybe, I don't know, is it less than 10 pounds? I couldn't say for sure. But it is a lifesaver, honestly. It really is. It's been great for both of us. We've both used it out and around the farm. And I'm going to show you right now. Let's get going. I'll show you here some trimming I'll do here. Well, we get in the summer months, later summer months, and it's not always easy to keep up with the weeds. But with my special trimmer here, this is a much easier way to trim up some weeds. I have some that gotten away from me. I like to trim them as close to the bottom as we can. Then these guys aren't going to go to seed. And then they won't spread. Yeah, looking better. This is just a much easier way to do it, especially in the late season. Just a little helper out. It's a tool that really helps me get some things done in a hurry. Here I got some flowers that are looking kind of tough. We've had quite a season. And I was just going to show you how well they work just to trim up some flowers. I can either do this now or in the spring, but I wanted to just give you an idea of how well it works. A lot of new growth coming right there. We've experienced some real drought this year, so I wanted to get some of the uglies off of there. So see how well it worked? So as I walk around my perennial yard here and all my yards, I take and I'll trim off tops of hostas once they're done blooming. I'll trim off seed heads, the plants if they're done and they went to seed and they're finished, I will trim them off. It just tidies up plants a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to share with you a couple tools that I use all summer long. And actually spring to fall, I should say. I use these tools and they just work really well. So I hope it helped in some way today, and we'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.